Alright, let's get ourselves in. Carefuller whispered me and said nothing. I think that those people that have nothing turn up, they are Chinese. I've come to realize. So the Chinese, I think, so the characters don't show up. Right, let's get some buffs going for the people that want them. So we've got a druid here. We have a hunter that could probably do with it. And Zazak could do as well. There we go. Surprisingly, no one has asked for water yet. We will get another stack ready though, just in case. Let's be a good mage. Okay. Stockades, not the most exciting of dungeons, but happy to get it out of the way again. For the last time, I would hope. Can't see myself coming back here again after completing this one. Let's also just ask people to share quests. There's some loud tractory type things outside, mowing the lawn nearby. So I hope that doesn't come through on stream. Right, let's share this quest with people. So Zazak got that quest. There we go. That's nice for him. Or her. Oh, Zazak is a male. It's a dwarf mage male. Alright, sit down, General. Get some mage. Oh my god, no mage juice time. Okay, fine. Evocation it is. So Stockades is not the best of dungeons. It's not as atmospheric as I'd like, and quite dreary, dismal. Understandable, of course. It is a prison, but thankfully it doesn't take too long. I'll be quite happy if they don't pull every single mob either. Let's just focus on AoE here. Not that mana efficient, but definitely damage efficient for multiple mobs. 3 and over, I think. Good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to AoE spec, and I think... Oh, someone wants some water. Yeah, let's trade with you. Give you some water. There you are. Alright, meditation time. Mana is going to be an issue here. We're not being allowed time to drink up. Nice to have a good tank though. A tank that pulls quickly, doesn't hang about. Lovely to see. Tank after my own heart. So I am very excited about these daily streams now. So what I would like is, I think what most people that do YouTube or stream would like is to build up their viewer base and to make it into something more than just an isolated. Let's not say isolated, but more than just a small scale venture. It's absolutely, for me, this is more than anything an excuse for me to play the games I want to play. And as I've got older, I've needed these excuses to play games. As sad as that sounds, life seems to get busier. I'm in my 30s, and so I think when that happens in a person's 30s, I may be generalizing now, is 30s is a time really to build up the future. So generally people have a job that they have that they want to turn into a career, and they'll build up an amount of money and savings so they can do what they need to do to set themselves up for a future. And that's all fine, but I don't really let's say like most people, I don't fully enjoy the work that I do on a daily basis, the work that is supposed to be a career into the future. And so if there's any way that I could help to supplement that lack of meaning with some meaning from elsewhere, I mean, I'd be all for that. I'm just going to close the window quickly. So really, what I would love from this, and why I think that live streaming a bit more often is a good thing, is I would love to, as I say, supplement my loss of meaning from my main job with something that I do very much enjoy. Playing games and talking to people that share a passion for the gaming as well is just such a nice escape that I'm very, very happy to try at least to see where this goes. So yeah, live streaming 4 days a week, not too long, but maybe an hour and a half or so every day is such a nice way for me, I think, to start my days. Before I begin the ardor of a daily routine at work is a dream, I think. So we'll see what happens. I'm hoping that with more regular live streaming that might draw in or work well with YouTube's algorithm. I don't know how this stuff works, but maybe that would help to attract more people as well, and we'll build up a little community. So very excited to see where things go. I can't wait. I can't wait. And what I was thinking of doing is being really sad and making a tally every day. So tallying how many days in a row can I stream, and I'm hoping that I can make that. Oh God, I can't do that actually. I absolutely can't, because there are certain days I won't be able to do it. What I'll do is I'll make a proportion of days past, the proportion of days streamed over days past, so we can get like a ratio there. That's not a ratio, a frequency there. So hopefully we can try and keep that high. About above 66% would be good. 66% of days streamed. I was also thinking of other games as well. Nothing too different to WoW. I was actually wanting to do a Wrath of the Lich King sort of playthrough as a Death Knight or something else. And then I realized to play through as a Death Knight, you need, oh my God, we need this. General needs this. She wants all the gems. Will she get it? No, Stonny, no. She's collecting gems, so that's a shame. But I realised though, if I want to do Wrath of the Lich King as a Death Knight and play through the story of that, and I would already need to have at least level 55 character, which I don't. So that is a shame. So we can't do that. But maybe eventually. Oh my God. Two-handed BOE Searing Blade. Hopefully no one will need it. Let's just have a look. I mean, we're not going to need it either. But that is a very, very nice weapon for the auction house. Yeah, Stonny is right. Okay, let us greed that. Zazak, well done. Well done. We have a lot of gold anyway. We've got 21 gold, so we're not in dire need of money. Okay, Frostbot, here we go. Tobias Renegade Ring. We've seen so many of these drop. So many. So there was Wrath of the Lich King that I was looking to maybe play through, and then there was also well, I was thinking at one point, I was like, oh, Lord of the Rings Online. You know, that old game that almost no one plays. Because I read the Lord of the Rings books for the first time. This, I think I finished them about a month and a half ago. So I read them this year and fell in love with them. I tried reading them as a child, couldn't really pass much of the language. It was always just a bit too beyond me at the time. Perhaps I was a disappointing child to my parents. Who knows? Very slow, but I have eventually got around to doing it and adored it. I'm reading The Hobbit as well now, which is clearly written for a younger audience, but still very enjoyable and very interesting to see where a lot of the progenitor ideas for the Lord of the Rings were from. In any case, because of this sort of love of Lord of the Rings that I have developed, I was thinking of playing the game and immersing myself in that story as well. But I think because of the viewership of that, or the playership of that game, is playership a word? The player base of that game being very low, I have not really given it too much serious consideration. Another one was the Elder Scrolls Online. I was a big fan of the Elder Scrolls. Skyrim being the last one, there's been nothing new from the Elder Scrolls series really since then. So I haven't really gone back and played Skyrim for a while. But I do remember loving this story, and a lot of YouTubers that I have enjoyed watching over years. I love watching their lore videos on the Elder Scrolls. So that was another idea. I haven't settled on one though. I think WoW is my happy place, and I like what they've done with Turtle WoW. So we'll keep with this for now. Let's not overcomplicate things, and then maybe add in. Oh, actually, yes, I was going to add in Hardcore WoW. So we have Hardcore WoW coming out soon. The Hardcore WoW official servers. So on the 24th of August. So I'm absolutely going to be on that as well. So yeah, I was saying different games. Not a different game, but we'll be doing Hardcore WoW very soon. And we finished our not long running, but infrequently played hardcore character Jenna HC yesterday, and that was a really sad ending, to be honest. It wasn't an impressive death. It was a death, but not impressive at all. It was my failure to realize that it was a troll rogue, and I failed to realize that the what they called the centaurs in the barons, the magic users, hit very hard, very hard indeed. So I was caught unawares there. That was a really noob move, but that was the end. I'll make a small video of that, I think, but it won't be impressive. So I'll do it for posterity's sake, just to remind myself how newbie I was, and maybe look back at it in the future and be like, wow, that was a noob move and I've improved. Okay, let's get some mana quickly before this guy pulls. God, he's pulled already. The Dexter Ward is right there, so we're almost done with this quest line. Oh, we have a disease as well. I mean, what is it that mages can get rid of? Is it curse? Yeah, remove lesser curse. Got it. We need more time to drink. Stoney. Maybe there will be some new mage juice spell when we get to the mage trainer, because we haven't got our level 30 spells yet. So we can always hope. Oh my god. Let's do our work then and keep suffering low mana. I wonder if we were AoE spec right now, what the difference would be. How much improved would we be in our aid to this group? We would definitely be of more use. Another renegade ring and a shallow gem. Come on, General, we need to build up your stocks of gems. No, Stoney, no. We did get the Defiance renegade ring though, which we don't need. Yeah, 20k online is insane. You're right, that is mental. I've been watching my latency recently as well, and yesterday it was kind of high. Like yesterday around sort of peak time play, yeah, it was quite high. So I have been affected a little bit since these big increases. I'm hoping that some of the Chinese fellas take up the shift over to the Chinese service when they become a thing. I don't know if they are a thing right now, but in any case, I do hope some of them take it up, because it's yeah, it'll be a little bit better with a few less players around. At least for me. Maybe it's my internet. Maybe it's nothing to do with the server. Yeah, so right now online there's 9,585 by the looks of it. Is that correct? I think it might be. Yeah, because if you type in whatever, I don't know, let's say Duratar. Yeah, the number here is definitely the number of people online. It's impressive though. I mean, just under 10k right now, active players is incredible. So well done, Turtle WoW people. I know they get some bad rep sometimes, but I think anything that becomes sizable. The problem with bigness, as I've heard it called, is a real thing. But so I think with size it brings just some of these considerations that can't be got away from. You know, bad press is just one of them. Let's just get some mana back. So Caterpillar is actually AoE spec by the looks of it. Oh, Stormwind Guard Spear. It looks okay, I guess. For a classic sort of item, it looks okay. Agreed that. And we need to loot Dextrum Ward. We need to cut his hand off. It hasn't been cut off yet. So we need to do that. Let's chop it off. Doesn't look to have been chopped off, but apparently it has been. So we have his hand. Great news. Sit down, have some mage juice gel. I think we've looted everything here. Let's let him get some aggro. It is 3 mobs after all. Oh god, that was a noob move. I ran away before I'd even passed that frostbolt. wonder what the future of Turtle WoW will be. I mean, they've been around for a long time now, so that doesn't look like they're going to be going away anytime soon. And they're located, I think, is it to Russia or somewhere like that? Somewhere that doesn't have, where Blizzard will find it difficult to have jurisdiction over closing down the server or forcing shut the server. So they're constantly building new things. I mean, they've got work. They've been doing work on Gilneas, and I don't know what else is down the is in the pipeline. But I do wonder what the future will be. What I would really hope, maybe this is wrong of me to hope this, but it would be nice if actually there's nothing wrong with this, the Blizzard sort of developers themselves to take on board a lot of what's been implemented by this community and to make sort of a WoW 2.0, continuing on from Classic, vanilla Classic, and incorporating some of these story elements that have been made here. I think that would be fantastic. There's clearly an appeal to it from this community. So if Blizzard was to build on that, that would, I think, be, from a capitalist perspective, a good direction for them to take and a smart strategy. They did that with hardcore WoW. Perhaps they would do it with this as well. But then again, this is a lot more effort. They have to get a team of developers to come in and do this, whereas hardcore WoW seemingly is quite a simple piece of work. I've been reading about quite a few issues with Dragonflight recently. From my recollection, at least, this tends to happen at the end of, well, not end, but at the midpoint or in a dead space in an expansion, because Dragonflight had so much good press at the beginning. It was sort of branded as, not branded, but it was looked at as sort of a breath of fresh air as compared to the other expansions. You weren't this high-end conqueror, commander, leader of everyone, hero, let's say. It was more a return to Classic, is what I remember it being sort of stated as being, and yet there's been a lot of bad press. I think some of it is just in part due to its inaccessibility. If you're a new player, it can be very difficult to catch up, to know what's going on. I think with the time, with the what do they call it? What's the chromey thing called? I can't remember. But if you're a new player, you have to start, from what I remember at least, you have to start in a certain expansion. The story didn't really make sense because you didn't know why you were there. So for new players, it was very difficult. And also just the complexity of the number of hotkeys that there are makes it a steep learning curve for new people coming in. I remember I did try to get my partner to play World of Warcraft. We were playing the retail version of World of Warcraft, and she had no idea what was going on ever. She would follow me around, and I would try to get her enthralled with the story. There's just so much story that it's a near impossibility. I don't know what they would need to do, really, to encourage new players. There's just so much to the game now, and it's not a nice watching experience either, I would say. I mean, you may have watched some mythic pluses and PvP, and PvP is just, I've no clue what's going on anymore. And I used to love watching Arena in Burning Crusade when it first came out. I would watch so many videos of that, and I could understand what was going on. I could see the skill that players were displaying, but nowadays I wouldn't be able to distinguish a skilled player from a non-skilled player. I think if you want to pull people in from a viewing perspective, if you want to pull people in, I I believe that you need to make the game look appealing. It's not like CS:GO where you can jump in a game and you can understand that someone is amazing because they are able to use their, I don't know, their sort of Twitch ability, their Twitch, let's say, skills are insane compared to yours, and there's not much going on apart from sort of brute ability in how quickly you can move your mouse, and your sort of knowing the throws and knowing the grenade locations, the smokes and the flashes, all the rest. You can essentially tell a good player, but in this game, I mean, I have no luck at all. I've been playing this game for a long time, but I have no idea what makes for a skillful player nowadays. I don't know what they can do about that. A reset might be a good thing. A WoW 2.0, as I've seen multiple people describe. Nail on a plank, nice. I think so I talked about this the other day, but I think the best story in WoW, obviously, as many people would agree, is the Wrath of the Lich King storyline. The entire expansion is epic and all built around, or mainly built around one main quest line. You can argue that all the expansions are, but this one always has in mind that end epic ultimate sort of boss. And so trying to understand what it is they got right about that would be the direction that I would take any future expansion, or a WoW 2.0, let's say. They just got that right, and that might be because they had so much pre-built lore, because it was a heavy part of the Warcraft series, pre-WoW Warcraft series, and so that might be why. But they just got that so right. So trying to understand that formula would be something to do. Hamhock's nose ring, 4 int. Oh my god, that's good. We need that. Pressing need. Come on, let's get one item at least from this dungeon. Someone else has need. Zazak has as well. Come on, let's... Oh god, Zazak. No. Oh, Zazak. That's disappointing. I would be interested to hear as well how many of you play retail WoW. How many of you even play this game? I remember when I was watching a lot more YouTubers playing WoW. I didn't even play the game myself. I just enjoyed watching other people play it. I'd have it on in the background while I did other things. So I would be interested to hear from my viewers how many of you still play this game. Or if you do, what version you play. Do you play modded WoW like Turtle WoW, or do you play retail WoW? Do you play Classic, Wrath Classic? And if so, why do you play that version? Oh, Scouting Spoilers. Leather. But we have actually really nice Rose Mantle. 5 int, 5 spirit, that's really nice. Quick meditate, general, in the middle of combat. Zone out everything else and just meditate. Big crit there, 285, nice. That was from a fire blast, I think. Oh, we have no buffs going on. Let's sort that out. Well, that's not true, but we have one just disappearing, so let's get that back on. Yeah, Panfu, I agree. The lore quests, yeah, the ambience, like the music. That's why I play too. In-game was something I could do when I had a tremendous amount more time, as you say. And I just can't do that now. So the story is what appeals to me. And so that's why Total WoW appeals to me. But you're quite right. Yeah, I don't blame you. I'm sure you don't have that much time to do it. Sounds similar to me then. You know, I would watch people playing because I couldn't really sort of put the time in to a game like WoW, which if you want to be at the top of your game, you need to put. It's a full-time job. It really is. Because I remember when I seriously played, I was young. I was in, you know, I would have been, well, 14 to 18. And so I had the time to play the game. But I did treat it like a full-time job. I could go to school and all the rest, and then afterwards I would then go to my WoW school. Been a similar number of hours afterwards. But those were really fun days. Imagine what I could have been doing with my time otherwise, but I wouldn't change a thing. They were good days. Convict Moccasin. Very nice. 5 strength, 5 agi. Right, good. I think that is the dungeon done.